Anne Kearney was born in Ohio and graduated from the Cincinnati Culinary Academy. She came to New Orleans to work with the late John Neal at both the Maison de Ville and Peristyle. Now chef-owner of Peristyle, she is making waves with dishes like seared squab and dirty rice dressing.
We're doing a little pan-roasted squab, which is a domesticated pigeon. They're farm-raised. They're fed whole grains, and so that they have a very pure meat. This is an all red meat bird. They're small. They're in between the size of a quail and a pheasant. And we're going to butcher it, take it off of its bone. This dish is going to be pan roasted and served with a rice dressing, which is my version of a Louisiana dirty rice. I found out that the Creole and Acadians don't like it when you called it dirty rice. That's the name the French gave it because it was brown. So we call it rice dressing here at Peristyle. We're just going to remove each half of the bird from the bone in a whole piece. We're going to reserve the bones, roast them in the oven. You can later use them for stock, chicken stock, or as part of your port reduction for your sauce. We remove the first 2 digits of the wing. And those also can go into the oven to be roasted for stock.
Now the chef deals with the gizzards and hearts.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our gizzards. We're just going to cut them up a little bit and add them to a saute pan with some seasoned stock. We have some garlic and bay leaf. You can go ahead and put some salt and some pepper in there. Whatever you poach these in, it's going to take the flavor on. You can use water if you don't have stock, but make sure you season it highly with some different aromatics. You can add black peppercorns or whatnot. I like to cut up the pieces a little bit smaller because these are tough organs and they need a little bit of cooking time to tenderize. So we add just a little bit of salt, some pepper, and some poultry stock made from the bones.
Bring to a boil, then lower the heat and simmer until the organs are softened. Now the livers.
You want to clean off a little bit of the sinew and some of the veins from the livers. It's not that it will hurt you, but you'll get a much nicer product if you finish a finished product if you start off with these clean, just like you would if you were using chicken livers or duck livers. We season these with salt, pepper, and some cayenne. We want to make sure that they're extremely dry. These will pop. The grease, the oil that you're searing them in will pop, and it can be a dangerous event. Around the kitchen when we make this at Peristyle, everyone's on guard. It's essential that you get a nice sear on your livers. Again, being very careful. Like I said, it will cause you trauma in your life. I don't cook mine completely through. I cook them to about medium. Carryover cooking will take care of taking the rest of the way. You don't want to overcook them because they will get very grainy.
Turn the livers once.
You can go ahead and leave all the fond in the bottom of the pan and the excess fat. I'm going to add some finely minced celery and onions. And as these cook, you want to get the fond off the bottom of the pan. That's pure flavor right there. It's also got some of the spices left from the liver.
After these have softened, chopped garlic is added and the pan is deglazed with brandy. First, the vegetables are seasoned with salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper.
Pull your pan away from the open flame and add some brandy, as much as you'd like. It will flame up if it wants to. Allow the alcohol to cook off. When your vegetables are tender, go ahead and add it to your seared livers.
The gizzards, hearts, and garlic cloves are added, and the mixture is then processed.
You're going to puree this to a fine paste.
This is the liver base for the dirty rice. Now the squab is seared.
Skin side down first. You want to get a nice seared, caramelized crust on your skin. Crispier the better. Again, watch for popping. These squab will get you if you're not careful. Meanwhile, we're going to get our little port reduction started in the back, which will be the sauce for our dish. You take a port wine, reduce it down with shallots and thyme until it's almost dry, till sec. You'll add a half and half chicken stock or poultry stock and half demi-glace. And you can bring that down as thick as you want. It's nice if you get a nice glaze on the squab at the finished product.
The squab are turned, quickly seared, then removed to another pan and roasted in a 400-degree oven for 4 to 5 minutes. The grease is removed, then the same pan is deglazed with the gizzard poaching liquid.
It's pure flavor right there. Add your liver base. Add your basmati pilaf. You want your rice to be already cooked. It's very important. The starches from the rice are going to help tighten this dish up. This is the point where you add a ton of green onions, some chopped parsley. Really helps balance the flavor, that nice fresh green onion flavor. I guarantee you your guests will have a hard time guessing what's in there. It just tastes so good they won't even know they're eating livers, hearts, and gizzards. To finish with just a little bit of butter. Rounds the dish out, gives it a nice glossy look.
The port wine sauce is enriched with rendered foie gras fat.
We're going to stratify the liquid fat into your demi-glace sauce. Again, it's going to add a nice sheen to it and really bump that flavor up.
Along with the rice, blanched and sautéed green beans and carrots are served.
And our port reduction goes over the top.